Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roederer, visiting today with Julie Hollis Terrell. She is the director of the Cache Valley Visitors Bureau. I said that right. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning to you.
It's good to have you here. Before we dive into the fun things that are going on in Cache Valley, let me dive a little bit into our sponsor, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. The Empowering Seniors Group is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, family members, caretakers, and really all the wonderful people that like to listen to us on Saturday morning. And if you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. Excuse me. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can call me personally at 435-512-6406. Well, Julie, it's just you and me today. So let's talk about some of the fun things. I mean, the Visitors Center is located in such a great spot that I actually get to visit there frequently and pick a little something out for clients or just for myself.
Oh, great. Yeah, we're in the historic courthouse at 199 North Main, and it is really a showpiece. If you haven't had a chance to come inside in the last 10 years since it's been renovated, you really need to come. Just to even see the old safe down the hall or some of our beautiful artwork. It's just such a great space.
And also, if you're looking for anything to do, there are displays with all kinds of paperwork that you can pick that is free for things to do. And that actually leads me up to one of my favorite things, though, because that's one of my client gifts. And that is actually a book that you and your husband put together, correct?
Thank you, yes.
Do you want to talk about that? Because I think people ought to know about that book.
Thank you. Well, so what happened was the thing that bothers me the most is when I hear people who live here say, there's nothing to do in Cache Valley. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I also have quite a bit of involvement with the Summer Citizens program. And so I am often speaking in front of groups of their, different branches of their organization and different housing groups and stuff. And so they always have a lecture on the Hill on every Sunday. And so they had asked me to come and be a speaker. And so I just decided that I was going to talk to them a little bit about all the cool things to do even the rest of the year while they're not here. And so Jesse, my husband, and I went. And so I just wrote down a few things literally on a sticky note. And I was supposed to talk for an hour, which that's not a problem for me. But so I only had these few things. And so I started mentioning a couple of things. By the time I got to the third thing, people are clawing through their purses, trying to find pens, and they're writing everything down. And then when my talk is finished, all these people came up to me and were like, oh, could I get a copy of your talk? And I'm holding the little yellow sticky note. That's not going to work too well. But I was like, well, I'll put something together for you. So when I started doing that and thinking about how much it annoys me when people say there's nothing to do, I was like, forget it. My background is journalism, so I've been a writer since like the 6th grade. So I just went to work, and I was like, I'm just going to write all of the cool things to do. And so I didn't want it to be like 99 or 101. I just thought, I'm just going to write till I'm finished. And so I did, and it ended up being 117 amazing things to do in Logan and Cache Valley, Utah. And there are different categories. There are things to do in the outdoors. There's everything from going on the sculpture walk at Utah State University on the campus to a great place to see a sunset to where to eat, and when you go there, what you should order. I even have a recipe for fry sauce in there. So, and it's just at festivals and heritage and arts things. It's really great, and it's small, like the size of a Reader's Digest, if anybody remembers what that magazine is like. And you can just put it in your car, and we tell people to just write the date that they do the thing and write the names of the people with them, and people just sort of end up with an adventure journal without even having to try. And it's been really gratifying to hear the feedback from people, even people who've bought the book a year ago or so, and they're like, look what we've done. And they flip through and have all this writing and like a dried leaf in a page and stuff like that. But it has really lots of great ideas of things that even the people who've lived here forever are surprised, and they never knew.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because I mean, when I looked through that the first time, I was like, oh, here you go. It's when you're not knowing what to do with your family, or with your spouse or whatever, this is a really great thing. So maybe let's talk really quick where you can get that book. Because is it only in the Visitor Center or can you get it online?
You can get it online on Amazon, but you can also get it. The Bluebird has it. And the Cache Valley Visitors Bureau, of course. We have had it stocked in some other locations, but those are the two that for sure you can get it. But come to the Visitors Bureau because you really need to see the gorgeous courthouse. And when you were introducing me, you mentioned how we have lots of information there. And I think when people who live here hear us say Visitors Bureau, they might tune out and think, oh, well, I'm not a visitor. Why would I go there? But we have so much information about everything to do, not only here, but if you're planning a trip to a regional area like Yellowstone or Jackson or the national parks in Utah, we have information about all of those things. And it's free. And then we do have our great gift shop, and you can get my book there, but you can get cow socks. You can get, I think the cow socks are the very best thing. But we've got great books and resources available. And, Mother's Day and Father's Day are coming up. And if you want a unique gift that your family member doesn't have, come down to the gift shop. We've got lots of things, like even a fold-up bird guide to help identify by color all the birds that come through Cache Valley. It's easy, and we have so many great things.
Yeah, because and around Christmas time, you also have Christmas ornaments, right? That you have, or are they year-round?
We have them year-round. We have a special line of Christmas ornaments that are historic landmarks of Logan. So right now, you might be thinking, oh, USU graduation's coming up. And these are a metal alloy, and they're heavyweight, and they're beautiful, and so they're really quality. But we have one of Old Main. We have the Tabernacle. We have the courthouse. We have Dr. Pierce's Women's Tonic Barn. We have the Bluebird. One day, I'm convinced it will reopen. And the temple and the tabernacle and just some really unique things.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. I enjoy every time I walk in there. I do find something I didn't think I needed desperately. It's fantastic. Well, we're already coming up on our first break. So, Julie, maybe we should use that time too. If someone is looking for activities and they don't have time to go to the visitor center, I know there's a good website, right?
Yes. The very easiest thing that you can do is log on to our website, which is explorelogan.com, which should be easy to remember because that's what we want you to do, is explore Logan, and Cache Valley. So explorelogan.com, and then there's a calendar on there, and it is a really comprehensive calendar of all the great activities coming up.
Wonderful. And is there a phone number people could call if they're trying to get some information?
Sure. You're welcome to call us at 435-755-1890.
Perfect, Julie. Well, let me, before we head out, mention our sponsor one more time, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com. Or lastly, you can call me personally with any suggestions or any questions at 435-512-6406. This is the Senior Moment Show. We'll take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, they provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help, call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a pre-arranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts pre-arranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.living.com.
This is the Senior Moment Show. I'm your host, Sid Roederer, visiting today with Julie Hollis Terrell. She is the director of the Cache Valley Visitors Bureau and one of the funnest people we can have on this show. I have to say that, Julie. So we talked a little bit about your book and the places you can find information on things to do in Cache Valley and what's going on currently. What should people be excited about?
Well, we have just kicked off the season with the premier event of all of northern Utah, actually, and we have it right here at the American West Heritage Center, just 6 miles south of Logan. And that is a outdoor living history museum and center. And we have just hosted the first 2 weekends of Baby Animal Days. And the first weekend, which was the first weekend in April, they bring in baby bears from Yellowstone Bear World, so you can see the cubs. But when you go, you're out there and you get to pet the baby pigs and the goats and the little sheep and you name it, the little ducklings. They even had baby turtles, which are so tiny you could hold them in your hand. And then they have all sorts of other activities going on as well. And so then last weekend they had exotic animals that came from an organization in Salt Lake, but there was a camel and there was a zebra and there was a llama, and it's so much fun. So those were the big festival days. And just to tell you how big that is, and you can imagine a lot has to do with the weather, if people come. So they had 3 days the first week, 3 days the second week. They had 30,000 people come through. But the great thing is because of the way that they're so organized, they were able to spread it all out. So you're out there and you didn't really feel like there were a ton of people. So what they've also done, and this is a lot to be helpful for locals, is every Saturday in the month of April, so including today, and also the first Saturday in May, they're having farm animal days only. So what that means, there aren't all the big festival type things, but you can go out and pet all the baby animals. They're having pony rides still and rides on their miniature train out there. It will be a great time just to get to be outside and see and get to pet the animals. And you can say it's for your grandkids, but if it's secretly for you, nobody cares. That's okay. That's okay.
That is perfect. So anything else that you'd like to mention there that is coming up?
Sure. But before we do, I was just thinking maybe I could talk for just a minute about some of the things that happen at the Visitors Bureau, because I think a lot of people, I don't really talk about it a ton, and I probably should talk about it more, but we do some great things. We're in partnership with the Utah Office of Tourism, which is the state office of tourism. And for example, we have international partners, people who represent the state of Utah in countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Germany, France, and the Netherlands, China, and even India. So they give us opportunities to partner with them to help tell the story of our location if we want to. Of course, we have to pay to do that. But just 2 weeks ago, this never happens that we would have two so close together. But I had a journalist here, a man from London. He started a magazine for families during COVID, and it has become so successful. And the whole point of his magazine is to talk about undiscovered places that you should spend more time. Don't just rush through. And so, and for families. And so, perfect. So he came here. I had him out at at Baby Animal Days. Had him back in town, sent him up to Second Dam so he could do a little hike up there, let him see the view from Wind Caves. You can look across the canyon and just see the limestone cliffs. And then down to Center Street, had him go to Center Street Pizza, and he did I went to Bluebird Chocolates and saw them hand dipping the chocolate. So all this is free, Well, you have to buy your pizza, but. And then we hosted him for dinner at at Angie's, because can you think of a more family's place? And he was so excited because you can imagine Angie's on a Saturday night. It was one family after another traipsing in there. The table next to us ordered the kitchen sink, which if you don't know what that is a gigantic banana split with 4 full bananas and piles of ice cream. And if you eat the whole thing, you get a bumper sticker that says, "I cleaned the sink at Angie's." So he just had the best experience. So that was really fun, and he'll be writing a 40-page article about places to see in different parts of the state of Utah, but we're going to be one of them. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we had a married couple who were here from Australia, and they write for a publication. Well, it's a website called adventure.com, and they were here in April. So it was funny because they're going to 5 different areas in Utah, and they want to have a big adventure in each one. And when they first contacted me, they're like, maybe they could go horseback riding. And I was like, it's April. If the horses have snowshoes, maybe they could do that. So they couldn't. But what we did was we sent them up to Beaver Creek Lodge, and Mark Smoot, the owner there, was so great. And he took them snowmobiling and cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. Then they came down. We got to do a tour in the Ellen Eccles Theater so they could see a hint of our great theater history and heritage here. Bluebird Candy again. Then out to the Baby Animal Days to feed the baby calves. And anyway, so we'll have publications and representation in countries around the world, and it's fun when we see them come to our office. This last week, we had a couple of different individual groups who came from Canada. That's one of our biggest markets for the international, because a lot of them will just drive south and come to the national parks, and so we love to catch them when they come from Jackson or Yellowstone through on their way to Salt Lake and other parks. So we're constantly trying to encourage them to have a unique experience when our visitors come here, and that's what we want to encourage you to do too. We want you to know all the great things that the visitors are learning about, and you're the one who should have the opportunity to know most about it. So you'll be the experts, but take a chance to look around you and see all of the amazing resources and why people love to come on vacation here, and you can do it in your own backyard.
Absolutely. And just before we head out, I know you're also involved with the Summer Citizens. Do you want to give our listeners just a brief snippet on what that is like?
Yeah, the Summer Citizens program has now been taken over by the Chamber of Commerce. It's been going on this will be its 49th year. It was originally done by Utah State University, and now the community is more involved, and we love to have locals be involved with that program. It costs $50, and you get to go to some cool events that are especially for the summer citizens. You can register for classes. You can go to workshops. The opportunities are endless. And so the summer citizens are people who are retired, who come from Arizona and California and other places where it's a million degrees, live here in student housing because the apartments are furnished. And you'll see them everywhere. They go to all of our events. You'll see them at Angie's. You'll see them everywhere. But where I would like to see you is maybe on Monday night. There's a 10-year celebration concert with New Horizons Orchestra, which is free. It starts at 6:30 at Mount Logan Middle School, so that would be pretty cool. And today, Saturday, everywhere you go, there's going to be an Easter egg hunt. So look like a kid and bring a plastic bag and just gather up all the treats. That's what I would be doing. But next week, there's also going to be the gallery walk on Friday night, this coming up Friday night. And then Cache Valley Figure Skating Club is having their annual spring show. It's a beautiful thing to be able to experience. That's also on Friday night. So plenty of things going on. And if you have more questions about things that you can do, for sure, check out explorelogan.com. And also, in just a couple of weeks, May 10th will be the starting of the Gardeners Market on the grounds of the historic courthouse. And that's every Saturday from 9 to 1.
Thank you, Julie. We've got to take another short break. This is the Senior Moments. We'll be back with a little bit more. Stay tuned.
Sometimes I'd like to smack old age right in the kisser. Pow!
I always get the best parking spot.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. With Comfort Care at your side, you can live your best life possible. We know families can't be there 24/7, which is why we can help with as little or as much home care as you need, so you can live in your own home on your own terms.
I won't let aging stop me from being me.
Together with Comfort Care, you can live your best life possible. Call us today at 754-7676.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
This is Scott Robinson, owner of Cache Valley Pharmacy. At Cache Valley Pharmacy, we offer so many services, from free delivery to custom packaging. We pride ourselves in our compounding. We love it so much that we've partnered with Focus Pharmacology, Cache Valley's own premier supplement line, and we're throwing in a free bottle of supplements with every new custom compound prescription. You heard me right, a free bottle with every new compounded prescription. So when your doctor asks where you want your prescription sent, tell them Cache Valley Pharmacy. Cache Valley Pharmacy, keeping it local, online at cachevalleypharmacy.com.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Julie Hollis-Terrell. She's the director of the Cache Valley Visitors Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
On the last one, I'm hanging up here.
That's
unbelievable. Right. Well, Julie, let's talk a little bit about one thing that people sometimes forget. The website organizations can access and actually put their events on there.
Yeah, if you know any organizations who are holding any events, we'd love to have them on our calendar. And you just go to explorelogan.com and click on the calendar, and there's a button there that says Add Event. And so, you know, if you were just to call up, for example, I just scrolled to the first week in May, and you'll see on there the Urban Trail Racing Series and a Kids Art Expo and Smithfield City Health Day celebration, a Blue Ribbon Benefit, Valley Dance Ensemble. So all of these things people have posted. And we're going to be changing over our website to we're totally redoing our website, which is a bigger nightmare than you don't want me to talk about on the radio. But when we do that, we'll have different ways of being able to update it automatically and through technology. But for now, when you add an event here, it also populates to like 20 different other calendars in our community. So it's a great way to get the word out with a one-stop shop. Just post your event. And one of the things that we were talking about is one of the cool things coming up is that the Cache Valley Radio Group actually hosts Cinco de Mayo. And actually, it's going to be on the trace of de Mayo. The 3rd of May will be the celebration because that's on Saturday. So if you would love something fun to do, you can just head down to the fairgrounds, the Cache County Fairgrounds, and there's going to be all sorts of music, a mariachi band. Oh my word, you haven't lived till you've heard one of those. They're so fun. And there'll be live music and booths and great food and folklore dancers and a great time to help celebrate. You know, we've got quite a few people here who can trace their roots to Mexico, and it's a fun time to honor them and get to celebrate with them on a day that's important to them. So that's May 3rd. That's also the last day of Baby Farm Animal Day. So you could do both in one day.
That sounds perfect. And just so we don't forget to mention anything that's close to your heart, what are some other events that are coming up this summer that you treasure the most?
Oh, my word. So many, but of course, close to my heart is Summerfest. That's been one of my favorite summer events ever since I moved here to go to school at Utah State University. So that's kind of the event that really kicks off the summer. That's free as well. It's always Father's Day weekend. So it's the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's down at the fairgrounds as well. And they'll have like 130 artists, and they'll have lots of crazy good food and food that you just can't have any other time. So it kind of reminds me of going to the fair, you know, those kind of foods. But so that's great. And then live music on 2 stages, and like really the whole community just comes out. And Another thing that's I just kind of like these places where the community and visitors can gather and interact with each other. And we will start on May 10th, which is Mother's Day weekend. On that Saturday from 9 to 1, we'll start the very first Gardeners Market on the grounds of the historic courthouse. And that has just gotten bigger and better every year. Come down and, I mean, there's like, let's talk about this. There's not really produce the second week in May. I mean, maybe asparagus, but it will just get bigger and better and more robust as the summer goes on. And that will go all the way till mid-October, and just a great place to come down and enjoy music and being with people. And there's even a guy there who brings this turkey every time, a live one, and you can pet it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And so which ones are your favorite food vendors on that? At the farmer's market?
You know what? It just depends on my mood. Because, you get there and you can smell the kettle corn. That's the first thing you can smell. And then there's like the lady who makes the amazing breakfast burritos. And there's always Hip Mama's Lemonade who do the fresh squeezed lemonade. So I'm not really narrowing it down very much, and I'm sorry, but...
That is going to whet everybody's appetite for that. I sure can't wait for the farmer's market. That's amazing. Yeah, we only have 2 minutes left, Julie.
Okay.
Any other thing that we haven't mentioned?
I'm really enjoying the feel of downtown. If you haven't had a chance to go down to Center Street between Main Street and 100 West, since that has really had improvements made, they've widened the sidewalks, they've put chairs and tables out there so you can grab a bite to eat. There are several different cafes down there, and we have the theaters down there and the archway and beautiful flower baskets, which are sad right now because it's been snowing, but they'll be happy sometime soon. But just get out and go see some of our home-owned shops and just spend some time down there, enjoy the sunshine. We're lucky to have the treasure of a historic downtown that is active and an exciting place to be. So Center Street Pizza, sourdough pizza that you can have, and Lucky Slice pizzas down there. And we've got the Crepes Place, Prodigy Brew Pub, and the Owl. And if I name them all, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Free concerts at the Tabernacle. The series will now be back at the Tabernacle in the summer, starting the end of May and going through the last week in July. Every weekday at noon, there's a free concert, and it's all different. Every single day is some sort of different entertainment, and everybody listening should take advantage of that opportunity.
Perfect. We only have a minute left, but isn't there also a brochure that is Walk Downtown Logan that is at the center?
Yes, it's actually being reprinted as we speak. So yeah, we have this really handy walking tour. It's a self-guided walking tour right downtown, and tells you some of the fun history and stories about some of the buildings and businesses that are down there. And we have some colorful history in Logan, and that encapsulates a few of those stories. You'll enjoy that.
Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you for coming in and giving us some highlights. Again, the Visitor Center is to be found at what address?
199 North Main in the historic courthouse.
Wonderful. And the website is?
ExploreLogan.com.
Super. This is the Senior Moment Show. Again, we are sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so at empoweringseniors.info. We are at the end of our show, and we hope that you'll listen to us again next week.